Y'all come on in, baby. Come on in.
Please, please. Thank you. They was getting more money than they unemployment.
I wait for everybody to come on in. 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 Y'all keep on coming in. Keep on coming in. Come in. Y'all know when I go live. Y'all know I'm gonna go live. Keep on coming in. Keep coming in. Keep on coming in. Keep on coming in. Come on in. That's right. Keep on coming in. Y'all keep on coming in. Come on 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 in.
There's no budget here at the Boom Boom Room. See, we have no glam squad here. There's no hairstylist, no nail technician, no makeup artist, just you. This is a do-it-yourself type of gig over here, sweetie. So guess what? This will separate the little girl from the women. Now let's get to it.
Y'all keep on coming in. Come on 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 in.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to season 3, episode 3 of Our Point of View. And it's time to what? Get our judge. It's Wednesday night, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's Our Point of View. So, hey, everybody. Hey, Twin. Hey, Sonia. Hey, Bianca Ray, Ephraim, Jason, CJ. Who else in here? Let me see what's going on. Hey, Tanner. So, oh, my son. Hey, Mike. Keoka, hey, you. I love you, Judge. Corey. Hey, Tasha Long, you in here early, girl. You in here early. You must go be going to bed early. Hey, Justin. Hey, Angie. I want to say hey to everybody. If I miss your name, I'm sorry. But, hey, I can't speak to everybody, so I'm going to just give an all around, hey. How you doing, Judge? So, hey, Coco.
Hey, how you feeling?
Welcome back, girl. Another week. We're here, right?
I'm ready for the Boom Boom Room.
You ready for?
I'm ready for a cocktail.
Girl, I already got me a cocktail. See, and I don't know if y'all can see, but see, I got these little lights in here.
Can we see them?
I can see them. You can see them a little bit. You can't. See, there they go.
Okay.
Oh,
right there.
Yeah, there they go. That's the $4 rocks.
The man, barely.
That's some $4 rocks, child. That they was drinking down at what's it called? Blaze in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's it. Blaze.
Yeah, that's what they was charging $4 for the lights, I'm assuming. So yeah, sure. So I hope everybody had a great week, and I did. I had a really, really good week. I went to Dallas after Wednesday last week. I went to Dallas, right? Mm-hmm. I went to Dallas and hosted the Roundup, Mr. and Miss Roundup pageant on Thursday night, and then congratulations to Chanela Masters and Rico Divine O'Hara. They were the winners of the night, and also I went. Well, let me just show y'all a little video clip. I did a little video clip of child what I did for the weekend. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
You ain't see it, Joe?
My weekend.
Yeah. Jenny, what are you drinking?
Just one of those Candy Burris vodka soda limes, very bougie, very with lights.
Those were the $4. Those were the $4 rocks right there.
tomorrow.
Come on, May. Tomorrow. I love you.
Tomorrow, you're only a day away.
Warriors and now
God, look at this. God. Come away. I know some girls who feet really do this.
That's bald. That's it.
Girl, I do know some girls' feet who spread across that front of their shoe like that. For real, because we see it all the time.
Yeah.
And girl, I hate
All the time.
Yes, ma'am. And I started to buy some shoes today that have a little clear strap on them. But girl, I know once my feet start sweating and stuff, it just gonna slide right on down, and they go clip the front of their shoe like that. And no, ma'am.
I think Balenciaga's got some shoes like that.
Girl, they clip the feet like
You
that.
know how they kind of like cuff your feet over?
Oh.
From their hobo collection.
Girl, when we was on the show last week, Tali had zoomed in on Portia feet on one of them on one of her pictures, and baby, she got mad. She said, no, so y'all be looking at the pictures and stuff, and y'all zoom right into the feet. But anyway, I had a great time in Dallas, Texas. If you ever there on the first and third Sundays, please go and see the Virgin Brunch at the Virgin Hotel Dallas. It is an amazing, amazing, amazing time. And it's, baby, they come through there, they tipping. If I tell you that y'all are dressed up and everything with your Louboutins on and all your labels, the Housewives of Dallas be in there. So it's a really good time. Shout out to Jenny P. And look at the pool. That's what was at the pool, girl. Oh, girl, it's a party at the pool, child. Lord. Look, wait, go back to that picture, girl. And look at me in the back. Look at me in the back.
Delicious.
Baby. But yes, so I had a really good weekend in Dallas. Good, the pool be jumping. And I had my children came to see me at the brunch. That was a good surprise. I was so happy to see them. And so shout out to Dallas. And I will be there this weekend at Marty's on Saturday for Southern Pride party at Marty's Dallas and Houston Takeover with my sister Glam, Bowlegs, Alexius Paris, Ladarius, Adonis, and myself, and I'm sure along with the Sophisticated Saturday cast. And then on Sunday, I'm at Area 111 with Portia Paris, Crystal Smith, along with their cast, and hosted by Shamar Garcon. So, good time if you're in Dallas, huh? Oh, and on October 3rd, we're having a celebration of life for Jerry Bird and, Craig Henderson at the Ballroom downtown Houston, October 3rd. I think the time is between 2 and 6. I'm not quite sure, but it's on the flyer. I can't see it.
3 to 6.
3 to 6. I knew I was close. All right. So, yeah. So if you're in town or you would love to come to town, please come and celebrate their lives with us. It's going to be a wonderful time, stories being told and all that kind of stuff like that. I want to give a shout out to my sister Kennedy Davenport. And let me send you this link so you can come on in here with us. And she do a Sickland Talent Night down there in Dallas. So if you want to win some money, go check her out. Tuesday nights with Kennedy Davenport. You win $400, and then on the finals, you win $1,000 and maybe a trip or something like that. So right now, we're going to bring in our panelists. Let's see who we got going on. Let's bring in Nicole Love Dupree. Hi, Cole.
Hello. Oh, what's going on?
Oh, nothing, girl. How you?
I'm good. Hi, everybody out there in Facebook land and YouTube land.
Okay, let's bring in Neil Dupree.
Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Hey, what's going on?
Just waking up and getting something, trying to eat, and
And get it together.
yeah, it's just a mess over here.
Let's welcome in Asha Dupree.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Ash.
Hey, what's going on?
Okay. Let's welcome in Dominique Sanchez. She at the office.
How you doing?
Y'all know Dominique is working a double shift. She's at the club and she's on Our Point of View. Yes, ma'am. She making it work, baby. Let me tell
Hi,
you.
everybody. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
This Josh. Let me get this phone out of here, y'all. She want to
Okay,
bring.
just put yourself on mute right now. And we're gonna welcome in Kennedy Davenport.
She gone.
Girl, did you throw the phone out the door? Hey, Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Hey,
everybody.
Kennedy.
Hey, sister.
Wait, did you, Dominique? What you do with the phone?
Not much.
She trying to figure it out. Look at her. Look.
She ain't got. Do she got her glasses on?
So Nicole, how was your week?
They're all honey.
It was same as always, just work.
Working. And Audra, how was your week?
Same. Just working on my project. Just same thing right now.
Everybody was working, baby, because if I tell you I worked Thursday through Monday. How was your week, Dominique?
It was good. It was good. You know, I work. You know, I work here, girl. 6 nights a week. Kennedy, know, girl. Plus, they have me acting as assistant manager, so I got to come in and count the folks' money. And you know, it be making me nervous when I'm counting white folks' money.
Neil, what you do this week? Where did you fly to this week, Neil?
I didn't fly anywhere this week because of the pageant. I'm glad that's over with because now this weekend I am flying somewhere. I'm not sure if I'm going to Cancun or if I'm going to Dallas or I'm going somewhere.
Ooh, how you doing, Kennedy?
How many contestants?
It was only 4 that showed up, but like 6 paid. Well, 2 people paid the entry that didn't show up. Then another girl who said she was doing it didn't show up. Because I was expecting like 5, 6 girls and then 2 boys, but 2 girls didn't show up. So I was like, okay.
All them nice accommodations.
Yes.
My
Good AC.
My week was pretty full too, and of course, I enjoyed you at the pageant. And I've been working since Tuesday of last week as well.
Okay.
And just gearing up towards finals, which is October the 5th. And I'm working with you too Saturday, sis.
You gonna be at home Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, sickly. We're gonna have a good time then, child.
Am I booked again for the talent finals?
Not these finals, cousin.
Come on, you had pulled the Kennedy because you know how you got when they get to talking about shows. Oh, just fuck my drag then. Fuck it tonight. yeah.
Don't look like that, cousin.
All right.
Girl, I'm not even booked at this finals.
About this hotel. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not even booked at this finals, girl, so don't feel bad. I was at the first 2. She got a new crop of people she bringing in.
Yeah, I like to keep it. I have to keep it new and fresh. I bring y'all back. You know it.
Okay.
So do I take her out now?
Okay, Coco said, "Do I take her out now?"
You take me out now. I'll see you at the boom boom, bitch.
Oh, I forgot you in Houston.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, child, we getting drunk tonight. I'm off tomorrow.
Down.
So, don't forget, you guys, to share the live. Please go to Chevelle Brooks 75, and if you haven't subscribed to Chevelle Brooks 75, so you can always keep abreast of what's going on here on Our Point of View. And speaking of competitions and stuff like that, we're gonna go into some hot topics. I know, because I'm gonna go straight to that. We gonna go into some hot topics because I'm excited about it. How many of y'all watched The Voice? Nobody.
I
never watched it.
Are we finna talk about Miss Wendy?
Yeah, I've never watched it though. I've never watched The Voice. I tried to get in. Every time it come on, I'll probably watch the first couple of episodes. Even when Teresa was on there, I'll watch the first couple of episodes and then I die out. But this year, Wendy Moten is on the show. I don't know how many of y'all know who Wendy Moten is, so I'm gonna play a little clip of her song. Wendy look good though.
Ooh, she turned it. Ooh,
fall out. So yeah, that is Wendy Moten. I don't know how many of y'all on here know that song, but I'm sure people have done that on the show many times and probably didn't even know who it was. But I think she's like 52, 50 something right now, and she's on The Voice. I always wonder what happened to old Wendy girl.
She still got her shape.
And her chops, baby.
And her chops, because she had blew them away on that show. So
I think she was the best for season. The first episode, she was the best audition.
Because I watched the second episode and ain't nobody blew me away yet.
Right.
So
she had woke the children up. She was like, now that y'all ready now?
See, that's why I can't get into the show, because it's gonna be like really one or two people that I be liking, and I just like But I did like I don't even know her name, and she was on the show, but she ain't did nothing either. They just do the show and don't get no nothing after that. But
they be turning the chairs around fast this season. I was like, oh my God, y'all just taking anything.
Baby, as soon as they come out and baby, they press the button. You heard that low register.
Tony Braxton voice.
Baby.
Same man win. Was the Blake Shelton? Don't he win every time though?
He won a lot. His team wins a lot.
Yeah.
I would do it.
And his mouth is so delicious, honey.
I thought, because I ain't never heard of Kelly Clarkson winning.
Kelly Clarkson's coming in. She's coming in second for the wins.
Did win when he was on there? The cute boy from Maroon 5.
Adam
Levine.
Yeah, he's on one.
Smokey.
I tried to watch her show again this morning.
You say what, Nicole?
I tried to watch Kelly Clarkson's show again this morning. It's still terrible to me.
Yeah, she be a little too excited, like what her name is, the actress. Be on everything. Drew Barrymore. She be a little excited.
Her show terrible too.
But girl, they giving Nick Cannon a talk show now?
Oh hell!
Somebody got to come through. Wendy got COVID, and she in the crazy house or something too now, huh? Well, she had COVID.
Brianna?
What?
Who? Yeah, it was allegedly that she had COVID, and now she checked herself into some type of psychiatric center. She's having a breakdown, girl. Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on with Wendy. She can't find a man. She divorced her husband.
What's she been with Ray J?
She finally let Ray J hit. That probably what sent her to the crazy house.
No shame.
Hello.
Love an old woman.
Baby, and let me tell you
That's how
something.
she
Last
got
time they seen, and last time they seen Whitney, that's who she was with. So ain't no telling. Ray J putting it on him.
So you saying Ray J doing the Bill Cosby?
What?
But Ray J ain't got a Bill Cosby him though. They just go in on their own. I think it's just his aura or something.
I'm definitely going.
Oh.
Well, the girl and those same women. Well, a lot of those same women was definitely going with Bill Cosby in the 70s and 80s too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
I wonder if Bill Cosby had pipe.
you know Bill had meat on him, girl. What?
Girl, you know that man had plenty of.
Oh, baby.
He had on Danny Glover color purple meat.
Oh,
Girl, but
Samuel L. Jackson.
honey, but that's the
Look
kind
at
that
the
a
movie
hook,
with
you
him and
know.
City Buddy.
Everybody used to be putting it out saying, come stuff
Be so tight, meat finna bust all out the Jello pudding pop.
Pudding pop.
It's been a whole pudding pop.
Oh no.
Girl, if I tell you, y'all know he had me just like I used to watch That's My Mama, because what's his
Clifton
name? Used to have,
Clifton
Davis used to have that me sitting to the side, girl. I stayed glued to. I was like, girl, this look good. This show is good to me. Baby, do not bother me when That's My Mama come out. Yes, man. Yeah. I love Clifton. Girl, but every time y'all sit up there talking about Danny Glover, I can't imagine Danny Glover because then that makes me think of Sophia. So I'm not.
What about the black man from Walker, Texas Ranger?
Carl Witherspoon or Weatherton or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
because he was in the Rocky movies too.
Baby, them pants be so tight.
I love. They just don't make movies like they used to.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Nicole, we can't hear you at all.
Yeah, you going in and out, Nicole. You got your earphones. But yeah, they don't make movies like they move. Hey, Pig. So in the news, last week I think it started. I'm quite sure, but I'm not quite sure. Nicole and Dominique brought it to my attention. Larry Nassar is an American convicted sex offender. For 18 years, he was a team doctor of the United States Women National Gymnastics team. And now they are in court with counts of him sexually abusing the girls on the team.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And so, Dominique, can you... What is that?
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought this up because, I mean, it's an investigation, but I want to kind of go down the timeline as fast as I can with how long this has been going on. Because this actually started back in 1986. He came on board as a staff member in 86. In 92, he sexually assaulted a 12-year-old daughter of a friend of his. Then he graduates from MSU. He gets his medical degree. Then he was hired as the medical coordinator for USA Gymnastics before the 96 Olympics. Then he was assigned to be the team physician at the MSU campus amidst complaints that had already been filed against him. This was in 97.
Right, because he already been doing stuff by then.
And then in 1998, he abuses a 6-year-old child of a friend of his. Then in 1989, he abused one of the athletes that was on the cross-country team, accused him of sexual assault. And so, I mean, this has been just a long systemic issue. When the first complaint was filed by an Olympic gymnast, the FBI did not start the investigations until 9 months later. And even amidst the allegations, they continued to allow him to practice medicine throughout this whole time. So this is not anything new. It's just been going on, and they have just been giving him passes this whole time. So
and the FBI been sweeping it under the rug. They need to be held accountable too for everything that they have done, because they have caused a lot of trauma in a lot of people's lives because they didn't do their due diligence as a servant of the law.
Right. And not to mention, like, even the president of the college where he was the team physician there, she was ignoring complaints that had been filed against him. But yet, amidst all, because I know that they vet these people, because if you're going to be an Olympic physician, surely they're researching your history. And so that means that you guys they're ignoring police reports. They're ignoring anything that has been said about this. So they're all in on it. They're all part of it, in my opinion.
I wonder why they would go through this.
They did.
Because even in 2004, he got in trouble for soliciting and receiving child porn. Then they still hired him as the Beijing team physician. And so then in 2014, one of the MSU grad students accused him of sexual abuse and filed a report. And then
so all of these reports are there, and like even if they just allegations, you shouldn't get hired on those type of allegations.
And so it didn't really come to light until 2016 when the Indianapolis Star they wrote an article about these allegations. And then that's when the Senate sent a letter into USA Gymnastics and said, what's going on with these allegations? And the first report was filed when a gymnast named, I can't remember her first name, but then Hollander, she filed the first report in August of 2016. But however, police reports had been filed, allegations had been made prior to him even being hired as a USA Gymnastics team physician. Who's been ignored? It's just been ignored.
I think that has a lot to do with they were doing what?
They were moving him around, like how they do those priests when they have to get the priests out of the schools and move them to another district and stuff. They kept doing him like that, but it didn't get the notoriety that it needed until Brittany Nichols came and spoke out. Because when she did it, she held a full-on press conference.
That was the girl in Indianapolis.
And that's how that's how the world got to hear about that. But even after all of that, like when they all were testifying and everything, and when they talked to the FBI agents, the girl had to beg him, will he please just listen to what she has to say? And then it was a long pause after she finished, and he said, is that it? And so they just kept hiding the investigations until they could no longer do that. And that's when they brought up and start having those hearings, which now they have to take in account that they're going to have to shut down, they say possibly, the whole gymnastics teams all over until they get this underhand here in the United States. So they're going to have to do groundwork to build it from the ground all the way up to make sure all the right people are put in place. But the girls say they don't want just him to serve time. They want those FBI agents held responsible too.
And they should be.
In which they should.
Absolutely.
What you going to say,
here's the thing.
I'm sure for me, the bigger issue is definitely the FBI is the cover up, but it's like a public trust issue. Because if you can't even trust the FBI to handle a case about gymnasts, that it seems like it's an open and shut case. Seems very like, okay, here you go, let's handle this if they are covering up this type of information, just imagine what they're doing with all these other big
and what they're doing with the government.
Well,
and how much they cover? How much stuff they covering up that?
Why is this person that important for you to be covering up for this person? Like, who is this person for you to risk your life
What does
for
he
a job?
know?
Yeah, what and why him?
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
At the risk of all these people.
It reminds me of that Epstein stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of how Epstein was, and he was able to get over everything no matter what. And they were going and scaring the people, telling them that what they could and couldn't say, or who they should and shouldn't talk to, or there's going to be repercussions and stuff behind all of that.
But they tried to crucify Bill Cosby, and I honestly think some of those women with him, they were willing to go, like Janice, because you done retracted what you said and all of that. Y'all was willing to come because Bill had meat. Bill had notoriety in the entertainment industry. So. But I think that they all should be held accountable.
But do y'all notice that none of that stuff started happening with Bill?
With who?
She froze.
She froze.
I said, did y'all notice that all of that stuff with Bill Cosby started? Who, me?
Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, but you kind of come.
No, I was saying, have y'all noticed that none of that stuff? I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay.
Yeah, the government don't want to know what
the government don't want Nicole to say that.
No.
Right. But here's the other side of it that I'm wondering, because if that was my child, I'm not about to wait for the FBI or whomever to make this public. I'm going to go to any news outlet that will listen to my story. It would not come all the way up to 2017 if all of this stuff was happening back in 86. Where are the parents in all this?
Do you think somebody will pay it off?
The parents probably their goal or their child goal was to be a U.S. Olympian.
But is that more important than your child's well-being and a crime being committed against your child?
Just
who
like R. Kelly.
Who cares about?
But just like R. Kelly.
Gold medal will, right? Because a gold medal can never take back the mental state that these children are in at this point. Because keep in mind, they're 13, 14, 15, 16 at this time. So these parents should have said, you know what? We've got to step up. So then that means that because when these girls, they win, they're getting endorsements and stuff. So it's
one of those things where
Spears' parents care.
These endorsements.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the parents, they want the end goal. They want the money, they want the fame, they want all those things that come along with it. So, and if I am that one parent, it's like what Monica said a couple of weeks ago. I can't be the only one sending an email. I can't be the only one saying something. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of moving parts, I think.
And just like them parents with R. Kelly and how they would send their daughters over there with him to let them be a star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's move
that's
on.
Crazy. Because it's a problem. It's going to be a whole problem. And
so
I don't
Nicki
care
Minaj
how much money he's set up to be making. Anyway, go ahead.
Nicki Minaj is in the news, and she was talking about the vaccination and how she wasn't going to the Met Gala because she wasn't vaccinated, and she's doing more research before she get vaccinated. So she had made a tweet. They want you to get vaccinated for the Met. If I get vaccinated, it won't be for the Met. It'll be once I feel I've done enough research. I'm working on that now. In the meantime, my loves, be safe. Wear the mask with 2 strings that grip your head and face, not the loose one. So then she went on to say, I have an infant with with no nannies during COVID who mad, not risking his health to be seen on oneself. And so they're gonna take that down. So they was giving her all kind of backlash for her saying that she's not vaccinated, but she did have COVID before. And so she had said too also in a tweet that I think it was Drake that told her he got vaccinated and he had COVID. He still got it again. And she like, well, you can still get it. So she's still doing her research. They online talking about how she got all these injections and stuff, but she's not vaccinated.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Big.
Bye-bye.
So first of all, nobody believed Nicki Minaj was around here doing any type of research on anything scientific. So Nicki, stop that.
But I think
Nicki didn't go to the Met Gala because she didn't have a babysitter and she can't leave that baby at home with her husband.
That's what I was gonna say. So now, now the husband this week is in the news.
Girl, what?
And I didn't even have no time to do no research on it or nothing today. But what happened? I know y'all seen it.
I don't follow Nicki Minaj.
What happened? The ladies on The Real interviewed this lady that he's allegedly sexually assaulted, and they had been intimidating her and harassing her not to tell her side of the story. And so finally she's coming forward and telling her part of the story because she said it has really put her into a really bad mental place.
So is this the same woman? Is this the same allegations from before when he was supposed to be put on the list for the sexual offender list?
Sexual offender.
Is this the same woman from that?
I believe so. And when she was on the show today talking to Giselle Beauvais and I think she's like of Asian descent, the other young lady, she could barely even tell her story because she just kept breaking down with every sentence that she told. So she comes across very credible, and and the thing about it is that Nicki Minaj's behavior is so sporadic and so crazy that it's very believable that this is what they have been doing to this woman.
Oh, and child, so who is this man, Nicki? And you didn't vet your own man. You don't know what
she didn't do no. She didn't do no research on that.
Yeah, you ain't vet your man.
I wonder, did he hang with the brother because her brother allegedly has some sexual assault charge,
sexual abuse, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they doing it down there. And where's she from? Queens. I think
New York, yeah.
Yeah, she from New York. They doing that in the project.
But I am going to do a research. I am going to do a research that is about 100 people if they nuts got smaller since they got.
Now that one, she made a tweet saying that her cousin's friend of a friend. It's in that Coco. What is it? A cousin friend of a friend, something. Let me find it.
Yeah, he got the COVID shot. He got the COVID vaccination, and then his balls swollen up, and that he's now impotent. And it's just like, girl, and everybody was like, well, girl, no, it wasn't the vaccination. He got something else.
He said his friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding, so just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decisions, not bully. So, do you feel like being safe is bullying somebody? Did they bully them into getting a flu vaccination? Now, Nicki Minaj. Now, girl, that ain't why his nuts shriveled up. His lust shriveled up because he probably transitioned and he's liquid castration.
No, they swole up, Chevelle. Didn't they swell up?
Oh, I thought they had got small.
I think they said. She said they swole up. But
if they swell up, You done got castrated, and that's the fluid. Yeah, girl.
Oh.
That's what that was. So, Nicki Minaj, oh girl,
yes, crazy. And I went on her Twitter feed, and her people were defending her and all that stuff. And she has 20 million Twitter followers, over 156 million Instagram followers, and 22 million Facebook followers. So just think about how many people won't get vaccinated just because of the information she's putting out there. Because they will take what she says because of her celebrity. They're going to take what she says as law.
Also, this took place in 1994.
Child. So we weren't even dealing with that at that point.
Yeah, but guess what, y'all? We didn't know what was in the booster shots when we was in school either.
Exactly, and they wouldn't let us come to school without them.
Oh, thank you.
Without them, right?
Baby, they took me out of class, and my dad had to come and get me, and he took to take me to the doctor to get my booster shot because I hadn't had it.
It's still like that now.
Oh, is it?
If you don't have certain immunization records and shots, you'll get withdrawn from school.
Right.
Sure
When she tweeted that statement, it made the government of her home country of Trinidad to go search the gentleman to see if she stated was true or not. Oh, child.
Yeah, no. and the prime minister told them that he was talking with Dr. Fauci. He said it's been no reports of that nowhere. So he don't know what she's talking about, her misinformation. And he was upset about it. They kind of don't want to let her come back either.
I was gonna say, so now you got your country mad at you because you want to play on Twitter,
right? And
play with the barbs.
Because Roland Martin said he sent her a tweet and told her to invite her cousins, friends, whoever he is, on his show so they can talk about it, but she never responded.
And I think she blocked them.
Girl, that woman is crazy. That woman is crazy. But I want to move on to it. So, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Arkansas Mo was arrested for his people. We saw, hey, Jason, somebody was arrested for the PPP fraud. So he who was the ex-husband of Carla Red, is about to serve 17 and a half years in prison after pleading guilty to 6 counts, including bank and wire fraud with his fine earn. And I'm like, baby, what did you do? So he put up the other picture with what he did with the money, because he did a lot.
Girl,
previously reported Mo used his PPP loan to cover $40K in past due child support you owed from the day you started getting on child support, evidently. And how many kids do you have? $85K in jewelry, $136K for a Rolls Royce, $907K to start a new business in Arkansas. According to the Department of Justice, he submitted a $3.7 million PPP loan application and falsely claimed his trucking business had 107 employees, which averaged monthly payroll of $1,490,200. Once Mo returned to prison, he won't be off the hook just yet. He will be on supervised release for 5 years and it's order to pay. Oh, Lord Jesus. You're going to be paying that for the rest of your life.
He ain't going to be paying none of that. He ain't got none of that.
He's not going to pay none of that because he ain't got it. He ain't going to have it.
No.
But that's just...
But he turned it, bitch.
I know that's right. But the thing about it is they gave that to him.
And baby, I wish I would have ran to you and you was in the streets.
Because if he spent $85,000 in jewelry, you can only imagine what he spent on bottles in the VIP section.
Oh, I know the girls at the club made a coin.
On what?
Loving him.
But don't worry about it, Jason. Ain't nothing you can do for him. Ain't nothing you can do for him but pray.
baby, and then
But you know
I
what?
tell you,
That just really shows the ignorance of some black people. I mean, I'm sure people of all races do, but they're just so ignorant of someone to do that. And if you ration out your money. You got to ration out your money. You can't be spending all your money at one time and going making these big purchases because that's going to be tracked and noticed.
baby, he started another business and had 107 employees.
No, you lied and said you had a business.
Lied and said he had that, and then started a business with the money from the lie, bitch.
And he probably
that's what a lot of them did. That's what a lot of them did. They said that they had employees and started their apparel and stuff from they. How many y'all think they said they had 6?
They go
6 employees.
They go out and do all this stuff, and then they open up a car wash.
Well, no, I ain't seen. No, all this stuff is online order that I see.
I mean, well,
all this is online order. All I got is fans, Judge, and I didn't get from no PPP.
Severe. Amazon Prime came on time.
All of these are online orders.
I wonder what they do with the car and the jury. You think the government took it back?
Yes.
I mean, but what happens with that kind of stuff though? Like
they put it back on the line.
They auction it.
That's what I said. The government
auction
it because they're not giving it back.
Yeah, they auction it off and get what they can give. Mm-hmm. Because apparently he was running a scam on the people that invested in his business. And since he scammed those people, he used $230,000 to try to prop up the scheme that he had on the original investors, and they had got suspicious of what he was doing.
Yeah.
I love that.
God, I would have given anything to be a stripper during them times in Atlanta. Atlanta and Arkansas. I know whoever, baby, she didn't even have to get no PPP because she made her money that night. And don't let her have given him a little head.
Girl.
Way more than that.
Oh, look, now she pregnant and he finna go to jail.
Oh my God.
Girl, so who? Oh, wait, how you doing? What? Look who popped in on us, y'all. Wait. Hey.
What's up, y'all?
They talking about PPP, and here you go.
He can't wait to hear PPP, baby.
You could not wait.
I had to get on. Let's talk about this PPP. I would have done the same thing. Who know they gonna get caught like that?
Well, we finna find out.
That man when he got a Rolls Royce, he wouldn't have bought diamond watches. We want stuff we ain't never had, just like everybody else who scheme the system every day. The clear people who get to make things up to fit their agenda and their gain all the time. We ain't never had nothing. So y'all got 20,000 for us, okay? Y'all got 1.9 million for me, okay? Let me go drop in his rolls. I don't blame him.
But now he finna jump in some orange.
That makes me feel
because that PPP stand for.
You said you can go, Nicole.
What?
I said that PPP stand for prison penetration and prosecution. Now.
You think they're gonna get penetrated?
Yes, God.
Yeah. 17 years.
Going out with the government going after him, I'm like, okay, they're going after. If I'm someone who got a PPP loan that was just $20,000-$30,000, I'm like, okay, they're going after the big people. So my little $20,000-$30,000, that ain't gonna make a difference because I can't buy no Rolls Royce with my money. I can't go ball out. I can't do all this.
Oh, so Neil, you got 20 or 30,000.
I wish I did get 20,000-30,000.
Is that what played for the pageant?
You about to lose that new position. You just get it?
Well, yes.
He said, "Well,
Neil.
Neil, do y'all think that Carla Red knew that's why she got out the game early?
Yes, ma'am.
She didn't know.
No.
she knew."
No,
Who
she
got
left
the
him.
damn ring?
She left him when she found out that ring was fake.
Girl.
that was before the PPP.
That was for the pandemic.
But look,
Carla Red knew.
this is kind of off subject. This ain't about a PPP, but did y'all think Erica Jane knew about her husband?
Hell yeah.
What'd he do?
He stole money from a bunch of orphanages,
He stole
homeless women, and homeless people.
Baby, he went in and
Are they wearing her out on the show?
Yeah, he stole all that. He stole all that money from them people from their settlement from when all them houses had caught on fire in California. He took all those people's money.
Erica knew, but see, he don't care.
I don't necessarily think that she knew.
She already 104. He know he ain't got long here, and she got to deal with all that shame on her name all these years.
I don't think she knew because I think that was his. That's in his business. As far as his law firm, she didn't work for the law firm, so therefore she don't know what was going on.
But she works for herself, and she knows when $25 million got deposited into your company account with your name on it, that's suspicious. So you talked about that.
That was her allowance.
So you know, first off,
Just like they know how to cheat on
Right.
in college.
Hello.
She knew. You can't be smart and dumb at the same time. You got to pick a side.
Not really.
And she do all the paperwork. She do all the paperwork and she handle all the business and stuff. You don't get that. Not in their relationship.
She may have been like me. She may be like me. When you come home, you leave your job at your job. Don't bring your job home with you.
I don't think she knew what went on. I don't.
So are they suing her? Are they suing him?
And she can get. They suing him. They suing her. Everybody gets sued across the board.
White women. They are some conniving people. And white women, they are definitely smarter than me. I didn't been a Stepford housewife.
We're talking about Erica Jane from the Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Erica just ain't go from being a waitress to just marrying this man with all these million dollars. She's a smart girl.
Her husband is like law and order in California. He's the top lawyer in
lawyer is Aaron Brockovich, the attorney.
Yes. He's the attorney that they talk about in Aaron Brockovich.
Oh wow!
Yes, so he is cornered. Yes, so
lots of it.
The U.S. agents have been let me go back. Haitian immigrants have been trying to get into the United States because they are trying to leave Haiti due to government issues over there in Haiti, and they have been getting the Haitian people and using whips and horses to move the Haitian immigrants back to the other side, and they have them. They try to come over here to gain asylum because of things that's going on over there in Haiti. They have assassinated the president, and it was a inside job. So the government is like destroyed over there, and some people have been trying to leave Haiti. They migrated to Central America, and they came up through Del Mar, I think it is, in South Texas. And so now they're holding them there until they can put them back on a plane and send them back to Haiti.
So this case is very dear to me because one of my boyfriends is Haitian. So
wait.
Yes, he talks about it.
One of your boyfriends.
One of them.
he's Haitian, and you know they talk about my country, my people, what my people are going through, and you know the president happened. They had a natural disaster a few years ago. Then they just had another earthquake. They have a lot of stuff going on, and
just throw Haiti away.
No, don't throw Haiti away. What society has thrown Haiti away, but these people, 2,000 people just didn't just pop up in Mexico. You ain't see where these people migrate from.
They have been going to like Chile. They've been going to Brazil. They've been going all types of places, and they was working on a visa. And once their visa went out, they told them they had to go back.
To go to the border.
They had to go back to where they came from.
All these people just, first off, if I go 2,000 miles to get to this country, I'm not coming 2,000 miles over here to commit a crime. That's a lot of perseverance. That's a lot of struggles. That's a lot of things that you're going through to get to this place that you think is a land of opportunity and freedom. And if these people are coming over here for asylum, you can't just put them on a plane and send them over. It's a whole process with this asylum. So the way that they are treating these people are just horrific. Putting them on the bridge.
It's really bad, but you know we have a pandemic. You know, COVID is out, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and so they just can't come over here like that and bring stuff to us. You know what I'm saying?
What they bring it to us?
Even some type of disease, and even
however, they're offering COVID shots to the Afghan refugees that are coming over here, and they have not set up that same program for these Haitian people. If these Afghan people are starting,
well, they haven't set it up. They haven't set it up for the Mexican people either.
No, they sure didn't.
So that's what I'm
They're
saying.
not set up for the Mexican people either. Look at how all of those kids are still not reunited with their families and stuff. And some of those kids were so young that by the time they can't even get them reunited or find their parents, they don't know who their parents are.
Sure don't.
And then not even to mention, that's just not even the international rule of law. That's just not how you conduct these type of situations. And you are denying these people the right to apply for asylum because you're sending them back out of the country. But when people are applying for asylum, they are to remain in the country in which they are applying for asylum. So they're even denying them the real right to even get to stay here. And then the Haitian government has even asked them not to send those people back, not to send the asylum people back, because most of these people that are trying to migrate into the United States are from the first earthquake that took place. So they haven't even been in Haiti since 2010. So they don't even remember what Haiti was, and neither do the children that have been born during this period of time. And then you have to also think about, what are you sending them back to? Civil unrest, kidnapping, no clean water, no adequate food, no electricity. What are you sending them back to? And the bottom line with this whole story is, it's
but those people should be able to stay.
That's determining. What you say, Chevelle?
Those people should be able to stay, but I'm saying like the people that's there now. What do you think that they should do with those people that's trying to come in now?
I mean,
if they are legally trying to seek asylum, to give them that opportunity like they do everybody else.
But the thing is with America doesn't probably value Haitians because you have nothing to benefit from that country. You have no economic gains from the country. So if America had resources that they can pull out of Haiti or whatever, the relationship would be different. But if they look at them as a third world
country
in a place that's just thrown away, then their people have no value to them. However,
but Haiti has been exploited by. I'm sorry, Neil. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying.
But Haiti has been exploited by so many countries for years, including the United States. They have been
And then-
exploited for many
And that's
years.
why Wyclef Jean wanted to run for president so he could change things for his country. But good thing he did because
Well,
they assassinated the
well,
president over there.
But and see, that's also
And tried to kill his wife.
And tried to kill his wife.
That's a huge red flag. Anywhere where somebody's assassinating the president, that lets you know that country is civil unrest.
Right.
That's huge.
And I mean, and they actually did assassinate the president.
And this is a very, very, very bad look on the Biden administration. And it's not going to look favorable for them, and they are going to eat them up in the midterm elections next year because of this. It's not good for the administration at all, especially the whips and all that.
Yeah, the whips and the horses and stuff, and trampling on people and all to back them back because they had made a bridge to cross over the dam to get into Texas.
But didn't the governors have a lot to do with that?
But yeah, now maybe so, but it still happens under President Biden. He's head man in charge, so he gonna get the.
It's all gonna fall back on him. Well, we're gonna take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Coming up on Our Point of View, we're gonna talk about pageants, ballrooms, and shows, and let's get a little light in the show. We'll be right back. Don't forget to click like, click share, and go follow Chevelle Brooks 75. And we are back. Ooh. Hold on, just because I got sidetracked. So, Black Universe is coming up October 29th through the 31st in Atlanta, Georgia at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis. Friday night is MBU Grand. Saturday night is Mr. and Miss prelim night, and Sunday night is the final night. Oh, and the winner is getting $5,000. All right, Jay. Then up the prize package at Black Universe. So the winners get $5,000 for the MBU Grand and for Mr. and Miss. And if you want to reserve a table or anything, please reach out to Craig Shaw via Facebook or Instagram, MBU Pageantry, or by his number and all that kind of good jazz. And it should be a weekend down in Atlanta, as it always is for the MBU weekend. Shout out to the MBU family and the King and Queen. All right, Jed. So right now, I think over the weekend they have started competing for Miss USA, and Miss Nevada. We talked about her in the show before. Catalina Enriquez. She's on her way. She's down there in wherever they have Miss USA at. I can't remember where they have it at. I got a mind for it. But she looks beautiful amongst all those beautiful women in their swimsuits. And that is for the preliminary competition. So we will be watching. So hopefully she make the finals. And she can get her just. So shout out to the Miss Nevada US of A, trans woman, Catalina Enriquez. Okay, Josh. And she's the first trans woman to win Miss Nevada. And over the weekend they had Black Continental Classic, and Mr. and Miss and DJ Love Valentino and Simone Richard are the winners of that competition. And also Mercedes L'Oreal and Christian Laura Bonet won Black Continental, Mr. and Miss Black Continental.
Sometimes ghetto, always fabulous.
Oh, okay.
You better know it.
Oh, okay.
You better know it, baby.
So yeah. So was that DJ first pageant?
No, it's his first time winning, I think.
First time winning, yeah.
All right, DJ. Shout out to DJ Child.
Shout out to DJ. Yeah,
and then I saw, and that was Miss Robert, wasn't it?
Yes.
Bitch gay.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss USA is in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Okay, sickness. But shout out to DJ Simone and Mercedes and Christian. So I heard it was a lot of old. That ain't them. No, I'm still talking about that. I heard that there was a lot of mad people at that Black Continental on that second night. But I don't know what. I had the slightest idea.
It's just if it's Continental name attached to it, they're gonna be mad.
Yeah, child. Yeah.
It was pretty fair for the most part.
Like they told me, baby, chalk it up as a loss. I mean, not as a loss, but an experience. Or either do like I did and retire.
Kylie, you must have just clicked in here because I done talked about that at the beginning of the show, and it was just in the commercials. Oh, okay. Okay, just thank you. So,
Stephen and Antonio, you got her right together. That woman gonna fight you when she see you.
Over the weekend, also Neil had his pageant, Mr. and Miss Royal, and who was your winners, Neil?
The boy actually name is Royal Braxton. He won. He stays in Atlanta. And the girl is Coco Iman Star. She won the Zodiac Kids.
Okay, and you also crowned your new king and queen.
Yes, the Royal King is Javon Braxton. Royal Queen is Giselle Barbie. I'm just really excited about this year, and we got a lot of things coming up, and Giselle got a lot of things coming up with her. So it's gonna be a very fun year. I'm glad it's over with, because anybody that does anything knows just like, ooh, once it's over with, just building. Once it's over with, you can like kind of breathe and talk about something else, think about something else, and go on to something. But I enjoyed the moment. I had a good time.
I did as well.
You also say, Trent, you was there. How did you enjoy it?
I got to judge me and Natasha. Shout out to Natasha Braxton. Me and her sat next to each other, and we had a really good time. The pageant was really the ideal, and what he's doing is so great, because I'm a person who don't go to balls really, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm judging the pageant part, and then here come the ball, and it was so exciting to me. It was
not those kind of anyway.
Not those kind of. But I go to balls, huh?
Yeah, straight to them.
Yeah. It was so exciting. I got to see what the ball kids do, the different categories, how they judge it. Shannon was sitting down on the end. She was telling us what she was looking for and how she picked the winner. So it's very educational for me, and I think it's a great idea, and I hope you keep it around, because I think it's going to be big.
What did you judge, the pageant part or the ball part?
I judged the pageant part, and I had to hold up my score, which I enjoyed doing that as well.
So I think two things with pageant. Okay, looking at it, ballroom and pageant people. I think of pageant people as being a little more conservative than ballroom people. As far as like with pageant people, if I'm going to the pageant to see Chevelle, I'm gonna clap for Chevelle. Everybody else, I'm not gonna be as excited for. Having ballroom and pageant people there, the pageant people were able to see how ballroom people, they really was going up for everybody, really. Even the pageant people who they didn't know, it was just a lot. It was just a whole different vibe. And then showing
a lot of love. It was a lot of love.
And just showing your scores in front of people. People say they want transparency, but then you don't want your score shown in front of you. So it's like, okay.
They don't know what.
And I think it's kind of interesting, child. You have 3 people showing them and 4 people and 4 people not. So you don't know what the other 4 people done gave you. So you probably saying, ooh.
So Trent, Natasha, and Simone Tisci was showing their scores throughout the night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I think it's also great too
So that's
because
why your car got ran into Monday, Trent.
Yes. They sent their drones out to me. Like,
that's exactly why.
Now it makes sense. Shit.
What I do like about what Neil is doing is the fact that he's trying to merge the ballroom scene and the pageantry scene together. Now, what I have noticed is that when a pageant girl goes to the ballroom scene, the ballroom kids don't see it for them. But but when the ballroom girl or somebody come to pageants, we're not like that. But what I do notice that at a ball, they clapping for everybody. They cheer and they go cheer for everybody. At pageants, if they don't know you, baby, they gonna do like this unless you're at a Latin pageant because they scream for everybody. So, but other than
you know what? I'm glad you said that at pageants, right? I meant to say that. Shout out to Louisiana, New Orleans, all the surrounding areas. But when I'm telling you, when they come to the pageant for their girl, that is the only person they're gonna clap for. They ain't gonna give nobody else nothing. They can fall out the sky in 5 Gustavo gowns, roll down the hill, and stand up in a JD Martin, and they're not gonna clap. But if they from Louisiana, they can wrap 14 shoestrings around them, and they're gonna scream, and they're gonna holler, push the building over. I'm just saying, it's Louisiana. I love y'all, but it's okay to give people
the Latin kids here, in Texas, they like that too. If they girl in the pageant, baby, they finna scream. They gonna have a little thing. I hosted the pageant the other night, and they have bells. They had this thing that spin around. They went clack 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 clack. I say, girl, what is that? That sounds like me when I get up in the morning. Cause honey, it went clack 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 clack. I said, y'all will find all the things, whistles, all of that.
And the Louisiana girl, that's the girl that did Anita Baker from Talent, was from New Orleans, and that was a really good. You see something all the time, so you get kind of like, oh, it's just Anita Baker, but she really did a good job doing.
But
shout out to Siberia, wore it out.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, my grandbaby. But if I tell you, they will. The New Orleans and Florida, they gonna scream and yell for their people. And Jackson.
Only.
Oh yeah.
Ain't nobody else getting nothing. They don't care what you do.
No,
you resurrect Michael Jackson and have Beyonce in your talent. Yes,
I think Christopher did. Shout out to Christopher Iman. He had all of them people dead and alive.
Paris Nola. Yes, Lord. No. Yes.
Now, some of us, majority of us on here, we all do shows or whatever, and y'all can chime in on this too, Neil and Trent. If you are part of an exclusive showcase, do you think it's fair to work at another showcase with the same aesthetic? It's on a totally different night at another venue, but it's the same aesthetic as the show that you are on. Do y'all think it's right for a person to do that?
Yes.
Yeah, because those same people may not frequent the other place I work at.
Right. It may be a whole different crowd, and I'm an independent contractor. Do we do a contract? Is like, what's the dynamics of the first show that I was a part of? But other than that, no, I'm gonna go work. I'll go work right next door.
Okay.
If I was.
Okay,
Look, with the same,
okay,
with the same outfit. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Aesthetic, but you mean like
Tyra say, hell yeah.
That's right, Tyra.
What Nia? What you
when you say
say?
the same aesthetic, could you break that down for the audience?
The same instead of like, okay, say if say it's an all male review, and you on an all male show, and then this show across town have a same thing like an all male review. Would you? Is it okay? Do you think it's okay to work at the same place?
But wait. Is the aesthetic full the same all the way? How much is the pay?
Because regardless of what, yes, that's what they're giving me. Regardless of what, yes, I am. Unless you're gonna up my pay to make me stay.
There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
This happened with
and 11 or 12 over here. How much y'all paying?
You know what? That's true.
That's
And
it.
Aja made a good
That
point.
makes the difference. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Trent. Go ahead, Trent.
She made a good point because
Go ahead, Trent.
And I'm going.
I gotta get there.
Oh my God. Aja made a good point because I'm a freelancer too, and you guys are freelancers as well. And you are independent contractors. So unless you got an exclusive contract with somebody and it's a great package and you get everything you need from that club, then I totally understand because you signed a contract stating that you would not do this.
Yeah.
But if not, people have to make their money. And I saw when Jeremiah made this exact post about being fired from Tempted to Touch because he was on a similar show with Maya. I don't think that should happen, you know. Don't stop nobody's money, especially when that ain't, you know, that his only livelihood. That's not what really pays his bills. What pays his bills is that he's an entertainer, and he shouldn't be put in that box unless the contract say so.
Because you saying like, because I work over here at Crystal's, I can't go work at Whataburger.
Right.
Because you said, because I said burgers at the same place. No.
Ooh, I want me a
So
Whataburger.
Right.
Right.
So I don't think it's right either. How did you feel when you spend? I saw this post, child. How do you feel when you spend a lot of money on your clothes for the pageant, and then somebody with some? This is the post I saw. I need to step back and reflect. I spent all this money competing in pageants and always get beat by someone with cheap stretch dress.
Shout out to Toya.
I also probably get beat with who? Well, I don't. Okay, so I don't know who made the post because you didn't.
Shout out to Toya Davenport.
No,
But-
let me say it.
Oh, that's Toya.
People
Shout
need
out.
to realize is that it don't matter how much money. If that's your aesthetic, if that's the image you built for yourself, fine. That's what people do. Okay, but you cannot be mad because you decide to go get something that you think is going to work for you, that works for other girls that you've been watching. And you can't be mad because the girl got the stretch dress and she got confidence in it. She looked damn good in it. And I have to judge it accordingly. So you can't be mad because you decide to go another route.
I mean, but you know, a lot of times, I do hear people saying that, like, "Oh, she beat me in that cheap stuff." But what did she beat you with in talent, in question, and interview? Because
No, she's talking about that particular category though.
Yeah.
I know, but
You know,
it's
she
like
feel bad because some people spend like $4,000 and $5,000 on a JD Martin, you know, or
And
then-
can't even walk in it.
But you can't walk in.
right. But I always say a friend of
Or
mine.
your hair,
always
makeup,
tell
the
me-
food.
Yeah.
You're about to spend
Shout out to,
$4,000 on the dress
nobody,
and $40
never
on the
mind.
makeup and hair.
Because
But
No, man, I ain't gonna say it.
so you know,
I mean,
and I know what she
go
means by, you know, they going to get stretch dresses made and putting stones on them and you get beat, but they probably walked it like Portia Paris.
Right.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo, for Vogue, Portia whole zipper was open, and she came and stood right by me, turned around, let me see it, it was almost like she was making love in her gown. I did not take 1 point. I put 20, turned it over. I saw nothing but white zipper.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But she made love in that gown. I said, you know what? 20, bam.
And see, it's just how you sell it, and you make that judge buy you. That's just like what I was saying about the talent at Elite with Yasmin. It was so good. I kept my attention solely on her because it was like that good to me, and it had looked like a production that the cast came to the Tonys and did their production for their play. It was beautiful. But Shay power and her talent was just like and then when she went off to take her coat off, she came back late. But when she came back, it just kept going. You can't do nothing but get this woman talent.
Oh, Shamia.
Take that out. I'll turn it down.
You almost blew my eardrum out.
Turn it down. I'm sorry.
You told me to go get them.
But I think that what a lot of people don't understand, because like.
But what, Dominique?
Comparative judging, that's totally different. You have a side about comparison, it's about what you bring to the stage. So you get your score based on what you are wearing, not in comparison to what somebody else is wearing.
No,
so if I fulfill all of the criteria that's on the if I follow the criteria based on what's on the score sheet, it doesn't matter if I spent $50 for my dress or if I spent $40,000 on my dress. As long as I fulfill and I look good on all of those subcategories of that particular category, me and you can get the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion on it.
Or
you
you
can't
can win the
compare.
category.
You can't say when the system's not set up for comparative scoring, you can't say in comparison to so-and-so. What are you saying, Trent? Because it's breaking up.
Oh, no, I forget.
What you say, Neil?
I was about to ask, so which one do you think is better? I know it's not on our lineup, but do you think comparative judging is better where you rank them or just judging, just give them a scores? Because when you give them a score, you can give 3 people a 10. But then when you compare them, it's like, okay, Nicole, Portia, whoever, I thought all y'all were great, but now I got to rank you. So which one do you think is better?
Chad, give me my score.
I think, in my opinion, I think that I prefer scoring people based on what they bring to the stage is better. It's more fair. Because when you're talking about comparing somebody like Nicole would score over me because she's so tall, she's statuesque, she may be prettier than me. So then they're going to automatically give it to her before they give it to me. Or if you're talking about me competing against someone that's plus size, because of the way that people think, they're going to automatically give the better score to the more slender person because that's considered more acceptable than somebody that's a more plus size person. I think that people should be judged based on what they bring to the stage, based on the criteria that is set on the score sheet. I don't think that it's fair.
Yeah, but that's not always going to happen because people. But that's not.
Go ahead.
You got
go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. And I'm
no, your thing is late.
No. Go ahead, Nicole. Go ahead, Nicole.
That's why you catching it later.
I hear it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying that I think that people get that misconfused because they always say they're just gonna judge based off what the criteria is of what they asking, but at the end of the day, people are really judging based off their opinion on what they feel, how they like it. It ain't really going off of what they say on their score sheet.
Yeah, true thing.
If you want to be honest.
Yes, but however, then, so if that's the case, then that's when you need to be more selective of who you allow to sit on a panel. Because everybody that does drag or everybody that has won a pageant is qualified to judge objectively.
And we'll talk about that at another time, because that's a question that we're going to talk about at a later date. What do y'all think about the questions that's being asked for question and answer at these pages? Because they had a question, I think that was at Mr. that completely nobody understood what they were saying or what they meant by the question, but then you have to pick a winner. So what if you're judging the pageant and you don't clearly understand what they're trying to say in the question? You know, so how do you supposed to judge that? Now, and I wasn't there at Mr., but it was all across the board, you know, like a lot of people was like, this question, even people that were there at the pageant, this question don't make any sense. You know, I'm not, I don't remember what the question was, but I don't understand how, you know, you're supposed to explain or judge someone when you can't understand the question yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they try to make the question so confusing to just throw you off.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that people spend so much money, so much time, so much energy getting ready. You're going through this whole night under so much emotion, under so much stress, and then they want to get you and ask you the dumbest shit in the world to jeopardize your chances of, you know, capturing this title. People be a ball of nerves standing up there. But I understand what kind of they always use a filler first, and then they ask the question.
MBU does too.
Right. It confuses people because they focus on everything you said, but they only should be focused on, they say, you know, the world, some people think the world is round, some people think the world is flat. I've been around the world twice. Why should you be Mr. Black Universe? Now, trying to figure out why the world flat. Well, I think the world flat. They didn't even ask you that, but that's how they confuse them. But that's how they confuse them, you know. And I think it's crazy. Ask them a simple question.
My favorite one was when they had asked about the cake and Lynn said, "What?"
Lovable.
and then when it was over, she was coming down the stairs and she said, "I spent all this money and they asked me about a damn cake."
Girl, Tara Lynn has said lovable. I would fill it with love.
But that's what I used to like about Black America. They would ask questions from your interview. So it'd be personal enough because you said an interview and said these things. So you ought to be able to, you know, talk about yourself. I used to like that, but now I heard they take a question all the way. You gonna have to lie on stage too. Remember them lines.
And even when I think at EOY they ask you questions from your interview, from your bio, right? Yeah. So I found the question for Mr. But it says creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. Tell us about one you've kept.
And see, when I look in the definition for both of those words, it don't say that. It don't say none of those things when I look in the definition.
No.
Art is about knowing which one to keep.
Yeah, like creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. So it's an art to knowing which creativity you want to keep.
Well, no. Out of your mistakes, you should make them art, right? So talk about which one you made the art that you kept that was, you know, important enough to keep. It's crazy, but it's a twister a little bit. Well, a lot.
So I would have looked at them like, really?
But, you know, contestant, why can't they say, can you ask me another question?
They ain't got but that one. They don't have nothing but that one.
Okay, like, you done gave me the expert question. Go down to beginning level. Give me a beginning level question.
Yeah. I've been running all night in talent and putting on tight ass formal wears and all this stuff. Hey,
I have just learned to
ask me another question.
You know what, Chevelle, can we get, I looked at the scores and I want to see what the plus question was because
Okay, you want the plus question?
Because when I looked at the scores, I saw that D'Ebony was winning by like 10 points, and then after questions, the other girl gained like 30 points.
She ran like a track star.
Oh no, but she did answer that question though. Miss Thing, that white Miss Thing Hussein that look like small ginger. She answered the hell out that question.
This was like,
said,
what the hell is that question
you-
for her to get so many points and D'Ebony to go down like that?
Well, they asked her what they asked them.
The
what
question
did they get away
was
from?
the best armor is to keep out of range. What do you stay away from?
Oh, that's it? What did you stay away from?
Yeah.
And she talking about being a beautiful transgender woman.
And 4 out of 5 said negativity.
Yeah.
And what
It was
Brittany
the way
saying?
they elaborated on each reason
Mm-hmm.
why they chose negativity.
Yeah.
And she chatted. She chatted.
She did chat.
She brought
She did
it
chat.
together.
She brought it all the way around.
Mm. Okay.
I see her winning question. Yeah.
Well, child, I guess that's how that happened. But some,
Well, yeah,
you know,
on the score sheet, she was like number 5 going into the top 5.
She should have been that far behind. She should have barely been hanging on to a 5.
oh, so here lately we have been having post-op trans women winning pageants, and we have had trans men enter pageants with guys. What do you call them? Bio men. Bio men. Yeah, child, you gotta get them. You gotta think about it because they'll get you together. Do you think it's okay? And they should be able to run in the pageants with us, just like Cataluna is at Miss USA with the bio women?
Yes, I think I think so. And this weekend, I had a real woman. I had a real girl compete in the pageant over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
And she
Neil, me and Natasha kept saying, "Is that a real girl?" I said, "Is that a?" I just kept asking. I said, "She got to be fish." They said, "No, she a queen." I said, "No, this got to be a fish."
Yes,
and she is a fish.
Yes.
And she is a fish.
Now you sound like the gays when they be saying, "Oh, that's a drag."
Oh, that's one of the gays.
I think I think people should really be able to do whatever they want to do. That's almost like me saying, "Oh, you're plus. You can't do this. You can't do the small girl pageant." Or it's just if you got the entry fee and you
shout out to Chevelle Brooks who whooped all them skinny girls.
Now, what I don't think is fair. I don't think it's fair. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's fair. You're gonna just like we all have to prepare. We have to rehearse. We have to spend money. If they're gonna do the same thing that I'm gonna do to get ready for the pageant, why not?
They're gonna do the same thing. Now, what I don't think is fair is the weight requirement for plus. I think that should go up some. Now,
how much you think it should be?
Skin skirt.
Like 25.
Well, it is.
It's like 200. I'm like 200 not plus.
Some majority of the pageants is 225.
But at a certain height.
Well, see that height.
See,
because when you say
then that means I would be able to qualify for a line.
Yeah, I don't think height should be a factor. I don't think height should be a factor.
Depending on how hard it is to find your shoes and stuff. You got to buy 15 and 16. You
done let Coco spit all over everything. Girl, now she got to go and clean up. She done spit over everything.
They gotta have 5 different. They gotta have 5 different shoes throughout the night.
Are gays and LGBT members allowed to compete in Miss USA and other hetero pageants? Yes. The girl, her name is Cataluna. Enriquez. We talked about her earlier on tonight. She's
transgender.
She's a transgender woman.
I don't know if me going there,
but
Queen up in
Neil can't go. Neil can't go. No, Neil can't go. and that's just that.
So I'm filing the petition tomorrow for me to be able to do it next year.
And if I'm not mistaken, allegedly Vanessa is a post-op from what we hear. I don't know. I ain't been between her legs, so I don't know. But and then somebody else that competes. Tiffany Starr. She's a post-op. So you know, they compete all the time.
You on mute, Trent.
Yeah. Miss Tony too. Miss Tony be competing.
Oh, and Miss Tony competing.
The mother of Duval.
Yep.
Yes. Competing.
She would always read me and say it was my fault.
There she goes.
Right now, we're gonna go to a commercial break because the band got to pee. We're gonna come back on our point of view and talk about families and relationships. We'll be right back.
After these men.
Back.
Oh, I know you fucking lying. Oh no, they lying like a motherfucker now. Redo this shit.
I began to pass out. Then my head hit the wall. Boom.
Uh-oh. Go chew up my shit. Don't move. Oh, I had. Don't you move. You are in big trouble, mister. But you like you paid for.
y'all saw Miss Messy. Y'all saw Miss Messy in them jeans.
Is that her shade?
I was gonna say, is that her real booty?
That was the girl. It was the girl who did the Batman.
She said, and I passed out. Poof. But baby, look, Miss Messy in them jeans, oh girl. This right here,
Hey Trent, is that how Portia was moving in her gown?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Baby, when Mama turned around, when Mama had turned around, and you had your camel toe.
Wait a minute, y'all. What town is she in? I know she terrorizes that town.
I think she from New Orleans somewhere.
I know she terrorized them with that shade. Them old straight hard niggas be up there like this.
And probably walking real hard down the street.
Look how he looking at her the way. Look how he looking at her though. Look how he looking at her. I'm finna fuck that up. He looking at this like, I can't even believe.
They ran Miss Mess out down there, baby.
I can't believe he got all that. Oh man, how you get all that? Man, how you get all that?
I ain't gay or nothing, but I'm
gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit that.
Okay, that's why I get it from my mama.
Child, if I was shaped like that, y'all have found me years ago.
It's a queen down here shaped like that. Jay, thank you, Jay, for that video. I got that on my friend Jay Washington page. Thank you for that, Judge. And I want y'all to know, I have shared that on my page, and I am not lying to y'all. I have literally have over as of last night when I was talking to Neil, it was at 3,000 something. But baby, ain't nothing been shared on my page like that since my mama. And baby, this child, let me see where is it?
Girl, that shit was fun.
Girl, she was in them jeans though. Okay. It have shared 6.3K shares and over 2.4K comments. That ain't nothing. Girl, all I ask y'all to do is share our point of view.
I bet his DM be lit.
They trying to hit. But listen,
I bet his DMs be lit.
So it is normal that boys do boy things such as sports, manual labor, etc. when growing up. How do you feel about young boys taking majorette as opposed to taking ballet classes and contemporary dance? I have a video that I want to play right quick, and we're gonna come back and talk about it.
Let them turn.
She taught them little girls up.
Clean up.
I want to say this: who started teaching the girls how to J set anyway?
Okay.
So,
all right.
So I told you guys yesterday the guy who does it. That's my friend now, and his Instagram page is Now Like the River. The guy who's the teacher.
Shout out to Now.
So that's what he does. One of the things that he does. And Black people, I really think need to open their minds up because Black people, a lot of times, their sons have to either be into sports or smart and to be successful. They never think of all the vocational things you can do, learn how to do hair, dance, all the things.
Acting.
Make a lot of money.
Everything. The arts.
Yes. And because of art, it's so many people out here, the Taja Calls and all these people who those type of people right there make me feel like the arts are so much more important and undervalued in Black society. Because Black people to me are very closed-minded when it comes to Black heterosexual people.
But say why we are though. That's been put on us, you know. Like,
Yeah,
what the thing that they hold on to the most in the Black household is masculinity when it comes to boys. So they have to play football or basketball or some type of sport. When they want to do something other than a hyper masculine activity, then they're outcast and made to feel gay. But that's this thing of holding on to that toxic masculinity that they put on the children that they live with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and parents not really understanding and having the tools to really deal with kids. Like, I used to get a lot of whoopings for drawing a lot in school. I drew pictures of women, their hair, makeup, everything. But you know, my grandma was whooping my ass, but she didn't have enough tools to say, hey, my baby like art a lot, so let me make sure I help him get in the art
cultivate
class.
that.
She didn't know how to sharpen my tools. She thought I was being rebellious. She just wanted to beat my ass. A lot of times they don't have the tools to do what needs to be done with a child. You know, that's just what it is.
When I was younger, but my mom would let me do and beat me at any cost. It was always me and my mom. By the time I went to go visit my dad, he tried to make me do things that I didn't want to do, and he tried to make me do masculine things, of course, and I didn't want to do it. When I went to stay with my dad, he always, I had to like major chores and stuff like that. But one thing he did try to make me do was play football. And I'm in the 8th grade. And so one day he came to the school. I don't know what made him and his wife come up to the school. But when they came up to the school, I was sitting down and they was in the field playing football. And he walked up on me and tapped me on my shoulder, and I looked up and it was my daddy. And he's like, why you not playing? I said, because I don't do that. I said, do you see how they running into each other? I said, I'm not doing that. They're not finna run into me like that. I'd rather go to this Adventures of America and Scientists and all that stuff like that. I'd rather do some stuff like that. Okay. Or either go do the art stuff and let me go to dance. I don't do that. You can't make me play football. So once he tried to push that on me, I started like being secluded, you know, and I would like wouldn't even talk to him. And I would like always shut myself down a whole lot after that. And after that, I think like not long after that, I went back home. But, you know, he tried to make me be this man that wasn't me. When my daddy would go on Sundays, he went every Sunday to play basketball, him and his friends. My daddy would make me run around the track until he got tired. Not me, until he got tired. And one time I was sitting under the tree. Baby, he came and snatched me from in front of that tree. What you doing? I say, I'm tired. And I got a whooping, and he made me go sit in the car.
So how did Chevelle, speaking of that, how did he feel about your transition once you started?
My first when I left, Jesus, that was probably when I was in the 8th grade. I left my daddy and came back home. I hadn't seen my daddy from then since the 8th grade until I won Miss Continental Plus.
Wow.
So the first time I seen my daddy was at in Cleveland, Ohio, where he lived at the time. And I was there for Miss Ohio Continental Plus. And I talked to him, and he seen me, like I was sending him pictures and stuff, because by this time y'all know I'm doing drag and all that, so I was sending him pictures. But we never saw each other in person. And then after leaving that 8th grade, it was a long gap because of how I felt, like how he did me. So it was a long gap of us talking. But when we started talking about this time, I'm starting to do drag, and I'm telling him all of this and that. So when I opened up the door, he came. I was there probably in my room 5 minutes, and my dad was at the door. And I opened up the door, and all he could say was that you're beautiful, and he hugged me, and we just started crying and stuff. So that was like, okay. So you got to let your kids. You got to let your kids be kids. He apologized, and we talked about it that day. Me, him, and my grandchild was there with me, and thank you, and my stepmom, and so we talked about it, and he apologized because he didn't realize what he was doing to me at that time. Yeah, you know, and he's like, I'm just trying to make you be a man, and this. I said, but Daddy, you've been in the army and all that kind of stuff like that. I've been with my mama, and you haven't been there.
But you know, when people say stuff like that, make you be a man. Just because you sleep with another man does not make you less of a man.
I do, Jason. Just
what? Make you a man because you sleep with women either.
Just because you sleep with other men does not make you less of a man.
So, everybody up here, how was your first time coming out to the world? Like, hey, this is who I am. How did your family take that?
I used to hang out with like some girls or whatever, and my father was like, "You hanging out with too many girls. You need to start hanging out with some boys." And I'm like, "Okay." So when I started hanging out with boys, I started hanging out with Darian Iman, who's no longer here, but we was in school together, and it was like I started hanging out with the girls. They was boys with the girls. So I'm like, "You don't gave me permission to hang out with boys. You didn't say what type of boys." So I started bringing So I never even have to tell my parents, really, I'm gay, because you done said you didn't hang out with some more boys, and I was bringing the boys to the house.
You still bring the boys to the yard.
Still bring the boys to the house. I should tell your story.
Oh, girl. So I would when I finally found people that I could identify with, I would run away from home every summer so I could be me. So I would go home during the year, go to school, get my schoolwork, and then I would run away. And so one year, my grandmother put me in this paper called the Florida Star, and I was missing. I was with some girls, some of the girls I know that I ended up with, and like Marissa them, and they was like, "You missing?" Who didn't know, so I just stopped coming home, and until I was like, and I moved in Atlanta, and I was like, I'm not going back home until I'm who I ultimately want to be, because they're trying to stop me, especially my dad. And when I went home, it was like, this is it. It was like, baby, it was a wrap. But it did change me and my dad's relationship. It was just like, basically like Chevelle's. I guess my dad didn't want me to be like a flamboyant gay guy who would have issues through life, because it's like once I became a woman, he was very embracing, and he just, so yeah, it changed it a lot.
What about you, Nicole?
Oh, girl, my mama snapped. She had asked me, "What is wrong with you? Why is you walking around here with your nails buffed and your eyebrows arched? Is you gay?" And I said, "Yeah." And baby.
And we know your mama. Dominique.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It was hard for me because I lived in a single mother home, and I used to get all my siblings have sex, and I was the only one that identified as gay. And so I would get whoopings all the time because my mother was like, "Are you gay?" And I would say no. And she asked me all the time, "Are you gay?" I would say no. So the year I was giving up Miss Gay America and hanging around with Calexis, and Calexis was like, "Stop lying to yourself." She was like, "You want to be a woman, don't you?" And I said, "Yes, I do." She says, "Live your truth." My mother got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer that same year. And she was lying in bed, in her hospital bed, and the doctor said, "There's nothing more we can do for her." And I talked to my mother, and I said, "Mama, this is what I want to do. I want to transition. I want to live my life as a woman." My mother said, "I always knew that. But she says, the reason why I used to whoop you as a child was because you didn't trust me enough to tell me the truth." And she said, "I didn't whoop you because of who you were. I whooped you because you were lying."
You were lying.
Wow.
And so that was basically it. And when I when I really began to embrace myself for who I was living with myself. I just left a really bad relationship. And I moved in with my sister for a while when I moved back to Arkansas from Dallas. And I was living with my sister. I was on hormones at that time. So things started to develop. I started having work done. And so I used to always wear really baggy sweaters and wear like sweatpants and stuff. And it would be like 90 degrees outside. And my sister said, why are you wearing all those hot ass clothes? She said, it's summertime. I said, I don't want to disrespect your children. She says, baby, let me tell you something. She said, my girls already know more than what you think they know. She said, be who you are and the children will understand. And from that day forward, after getting that confirmation from my mother and then from my sister and her children, it didn't matter what anybody else thought about me at that point, because that was all the confirmation that I needed.
And Trent, what about you?
It had to be when but they always, my family always called me gay or said I had gay tendencies, you know, but I did mess with girls coming up. I have a son, a 23-year-old son. So I did, you know, get in some entanglements with women. I did like women.
but they knew you was a little sweet though.
You know, they knew some, you know, because for some reason God gave me a walk like Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't walking as straight as the boys, you know, and then my brother made me want to
and a voice like Whitney.
Yeah. Yeah. So wait a minute. So they wanted me to play football, they wanted me to play basketball. I didn't even have the coordination for that. I didn't even know my hand-eye coordination wouldn't even let me catch the ball if I wanted to. You know, I wanted to do hair, so I would bring doll heads and stuff home. I would do girls' hair in the neighborhood. My grandma made me take that stuff out of the house, made me take it back to where I got it from anyway. But I met up with an old childhood friend because me coming out as gay or even understanding who I was, I thought all gay people wanted to be girls. I know I didn't want to be a girl. My one of my close friends I hadn't seen in years took me to a gay club when I was 18 years old. And it's like I walked out of one world into the next world. And that's when I knew exactly who I was, where I needed to be. I was going out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every week because I was so happy to see people that identified the same way as I did. And so when I came out, I just said, hey, this is who I am. They accepted it. They ended up loving me. Of course, you're going to be all kind of gay with faggots and punk. It was okay to say that back then. But, you know, they come around. They love you.
I've also learned, like the older I get, you know, you have to allow people the opportunity and the chance to process information too. I just can't spring something on somebody and say, oh, I'm gay or I'm transitioning, I'm doing this, and expect everything to be fine. So people have to allow your family also to go through this change with you because you're going through a change and they're going through a change.
That's right.
So you can't just wake up and just think, oh, I told my mama I'm gay or I told my daddy I'm transitioning and think everything's going to be normal. That person also has to go through this process.
Because it's like losing a child to some, you know. To some, it's like, especially if you're transitioning, you know,
time to mourn.
You got to give them time to mourn that loss of their son or their daughter, you know. And it's kind of hard, but even with me, mine was like really crazy with my mama because it's always been me and my mama, and everybody knows me and my mama. We're like this, but we have always been like this. And I just remember having an argument with her about her boyfriend. And I wrote her a 5-page letter back to back because I was mad. And I went to school that day. And when she got home, she was cooking in the kitchen. She said, come here. I was in my room. And I've always had my own phone. I had a couch and everything in my room. So I would never come out of my room. And she said, come here, I want to talk to you. So she sat me at the table and was talking about her situation with the boyfriend and me, him, and how we go maneuver this and all this and that. And then I was like, okay. And then I got up in front of the table and she's saying, oh, and another thing, I know you're gay. And you might not tell me until your deathbed, but I know you're gay, so you can stop hiding it from me. Girl, where did that come from? Oh, you do too much.
You can tell how you wrote that letter. Nothing but a queen right like that, baby.
But I was like, girl, you do too much. And I went in my room and closed my door. and we ain't never talked about it again. And then when I started doing drag, we was going to the mall, me, my best friend, and her. and he just asked me what was I doing on the show. But my mama have always been around drag queens because she worked with them all the time. And so my mama was going to the gay club before I was. So she knew like Tommy and all of them before I met Tommy. She knew them already. Wow. And so I was like, oh, why did you say that? But my mama, we already had to talk by then. So then she's like, you doing the show? You better not be doing. Girl, I'm doing David Pearson, and he said Luther Vandross, and we both bust our laughing, and she said, y'all lying.
Whoa, that is so
like a lot of people, like my mother, when she first asked me, because my mother asked me like when I was probably the 9th, 10th grade, and when she asked me, it was like I was waiting for you to ask me this question because I knew my response. I didn't even have to hesitate. I didn't want to give no lie. So when she asked me, yes, I am. So it was like, yes, I'm gay.
Was that a free moment for you though?
Yes, because like even when I moved to Atlanta, people like when people like trying to hide themselves, they be like, oh, I'm hanging out with my friend. And so
you be hiding in clear plain sight.
No, not my mom. My mom was like, no, your friends got names. What's your friend's names? I
like her. I like her.
My mom, when I tell you, I would take my mom on. This was like in the early 2000s before my mom still have a picture of her at the 306 Lucky Street with a picture of
her. Been fucking with you a long time.
Her, Kenya Moore, and some more was at one table at the old tracks down there. Wow. My mom would go to the show. My mom she was at Universal when Gabby won and when Audra won. So my mom was like, she wants to know when I say, oh, my friend, she wants to know your friends. She needs to see. No, don't tell me no friends. I didn't know these friends' names.
Yeah, my mama like that too. So now we come to the end of our show. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around with us at Our Point of View. Don't forget to go subscribe to Chevelle Brooks 75 on YouTube so y'all can keep up to date with Our Point of View. And just in case you can't come watch it on a Wednesday night, you can always wake up the next morning and watch it on YouTube. And if you want to subscribe with us, advertise with us, hit me up, hit one of the panelists up, and we will lead you in the right direction so you'll always what? Get your just because. Okay, Jess. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I thank you so much. As always, panelists, I thank y'all for being here with me every week. Trent, we pray for you that you get better and your bones get stronger. Definitely. And as always, y'all be safe out there. Love on one another. Wear your mask. Get your vaccination. I don't care what Nicki Minaj say, and your booster. And on that note, good night. Love y'all.
Good night. Love you too.
I gotta go. Yes, God, honey, they had tuned in, baby. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. If I tell you the kids had came in and tuned in tonight, baby.